Quick setup and throw. That's Jennings. Nice move. And Greg Jennings wrestled down right at the marker. On first down, Jennings trying to make a move, and he got a couple around Terrell Brown. He picked up 6. Now third down. Rodgers finds Jennings. Jennings stays on his feet but does not have enough for a first down. Actually lost a yard after the catch. Gains 5. Pass is caught by Jennings. Gets 1 block. Throws a stiff arm into Terrell Brown and picks up 4. It's now 3rd and 6. Rodgers needs to make a play. Drops it off, and somehow Jennings almost came up with a catch. But it's incomplete. 4th down, and more good work from the San Francisco defense.
You see Greg Jennings. I didn't see anything there that, well, you see him. He's Carlos Rodgers. He's got his back to the ball, and there was contact made with the hand. As soon as he's trying to run the crossing route, there was definitely hands-on. Greg, who the initial call was on.
So now the ball's in Aaron Rodgers' hand, and he throws a pick. Navarro Bowman. On the first play from scrimmage, Aaron Rodgers is intercepted by Navarro Bowman. 49ers.
Well, here's Navarro Bowman, and off of the play action, he's going to come up, and then he is able to sink underneath the route. Now, there was going to be some safety help there in the middle, but Aaron Rodgers initially was working to the outside, and he just lost sight then of Navarro Bowman and didn't know he was there until the ball came out of his hand.
Rodgers, that pass is contested, broken up, and they'll throw a late flag.
Well, right here on the slot, Greg Jennings, and we've seen
pass interference defense, number 22. Ball's placed in the spot of the foul, first down.
The calls on
4 men on the rush, and now nearly picked off by Whitner. Stepped in front of Greg Jennings and almost ended this game.
Vic Fangio decided to do. They bring the blitz off the slot. Actually, not necessarily a blitz. They brought off both edges, so it becomes a 5-man rush. And boy, that was an opportunity.
Quick setup and throw. First down. That's Jennings. And that'll take us to 2 minutes left in this game. And Rodgers will throw out of his own end zone. Poor Jennings broken up on the side. John, those corners you mentioned, Brandon Browner right there.
Right to Jennings on a back shoulder fade. Look at him rake the ball out of Jennings' hands. Great play. They're going to challenge Aaron Rodgers.
Quick toss out to Jennings, and he will not pick up the first down as the other big member of that secondary, 6'3" Cam Chancellor, up from his safety spot.
A lot of Stone Hill tackle in the open field. You're going to see it coming on your left side. That's one-on-one with Greg Jennings with no help.
Everywhere. He wants play pass for Rodgers, zipping it in there. The pass is caught by Jennings at the 44. Back-to-back Green Bay first down.
It's just a matter of time. It's a post pattern off of play action, reverse pivot action, and Greg Jennings does a nice job getting the release, squaring up Sherman, making him defend both sides of the cut, and then he makes a nice adjustment. Clean catch.
6, 3rd and 4. Quick count, quick toss, Jennings. Twisted down by the safety Cam Chancellor, but the spot will give him a first down.
It up and threw it. I promise you, Rodgers doesn't get the laces when he throws this half of the time. He catches it and gets rid of it. That's all ball, no laces. Aaron Rodgers is
a much better team earlier this year. Rodgers throws to Jennings, complete. Cam Chancellor the tackle. That's the 35.
That quick game. That time Seattle covered everybody, brought 5, and Aaron Rodgers went to the quick game, and he got it out quick and on time to Jennings. But watch the tackle. Man.
Rodgers, quick hit for Jennings in the hand of Chris Clemens, who had the 4-sack second quarter.
Just a built-in side adjustment.
Rodgers wanted to throw it before.
The 37th run by Green Bay. That's Rodgers throwing as his receiver slipped. And we just told you it started misting about 7 minutes ago, and Jennings fell down.
Take a look at it. It's going to be a sprint protection to Rodgers' right. Just a simple two-man combination between Nelson and Jennings, and that's what happens when you don't practice. He missed foot.
From the 11, Rodgers. Urban got off the edge. Rodgers, he's rolling, pumping, throwing to Jennings, who slips but gets in for the touchdown.
Rodgers steps up and flushes to his right. Great work by Jennings, keeping it alive. Packer football.
Gotta watch Jennings' foot.
Play.
Gotta watch Jennings' foot on the sideline here. There's a scoring play. It automatically gets reviewed. He's out of bounds there. The question is, where is the ball at that point? It's just scored on the field as ruled by the officials. Automatically replay. He's out right there. That ball looks to be short of the goal line.
Previous play.
Look at this day at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The weather could not be any better. Rodgers. Good protection over the middle. Off the hands of Greg Jennings. Who's been playing semi-pro ball. Signed by the Colts, and the rest is NFL Hall of Fame history. So he missed the Super Bowl win in Arlington. All day for Rodgers. Touchdown! Jennings. '50th of the career of Greg Jennings, his first of 2012.
You just can't expect this New Orleans secondary to hold up when you give a quarterback this amount of time in the pocket. You see it's good coverage on the back end. That's why Aaron Rodgers didn't get it out of his hand quickly. But when there's no pressure, he's able to handle it.
Vikings are completely on their heels as Rodgers buys time and gets rid of it. Did you sense the hit? 3rd down and 8. Pass is out of the reach of Jennings, and Rodgers ends up on the ground. Rudolph. Vikings don't have to defensively worry about Jordy Nelson, as this one in the direction of Jennings is incomplete. Working the sideline. St. Louis took over. You know the rest. Here is Jennings on the other side. He gets forced out by Robinson. Good for 9. And these fans are happy to have their number 85 back. The pass caught. That's Jennings. First down. And his best catch of the day. Had one in the first half and now gets this one on 2nd and 15 for 18 yards.
Now, if there was any question as to whether Greg Jennings was healed from that abdominal tear, I mean, that was a pretty good test there, having to stretch out.
Starts this one at tailback. Now he throws to Rodgers. A chance for a big play downfield, but it's underthrown. And intercepted by the rookie Harrison Smith.
Anticipate a pass on his part. He played some quarterback, of course, in college, but instead they come back to Aaron Rodgers. Now, Harrison Smith does an excellent job. They're trying to pull him out of the play so that they have one-on-one on the safety, on the opposite safety, Sanford. But Harrison Smith is able to recognize it, come off of his coverage, and get back underneath the play to make the interception.
Down at 3, play action from Aaron Rodgers. Pulls it back, now finds a wide open Greg Jennings for a first down. 3 catches, 38 yards, and he was left alone.
Yeah, you saw Aaron Rodgers.
Good protection. Pass is bobbled and caught by Jennings. It depends on the spot as to whether it's enough for a first down, but the bobble may have cost him enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. It is close.
To play some games, including those against the Lions in Milwaukee years back. As Rodgers throws, and then is caught by Greg Jennings, who missed several weeks with an abdominal injury that required surgery, came back last week, and Greg Jennings with a reception here in the first down.
Yeah, for Chris Houston, he tried to jump the underneath part of this. There was just confusion in the secondary, 2 vertical routes.
3rd and 6. And Rodgers throws, and that pass is incomplete.
16 crowd around there either, so
good point.
They had a little turnover they needed to do.
3rd and 7. Rodgers taking that play clock all the way to 0, and then throws too high, intended for Greg Jennings.
It's also a game to Chicago. 3rd down and 4. Passes to the sideline, incomplete. Jennings, the intended receiver. It's 4th down. Pass is caught by Jennings. Got around the initial tackle by Kelvin Hayden, and Jennings is out of bounds up near the 30.
Continues to find those guys that have helped him.
Here's Jennings. Jennings on that slant with the catch, good for 8. Kelvin Hayden on the stop.
This is kind of new for him in the no huddle.
Rodgers looked that way, but then completes it to Jennings, who's got enough for a first down at the Chicago 30.
And Aaron Rodgers talked about it. You mentioned it a little bit earlier in the game that he was a little nervous last week with DeJuan Harris because he is young, and was he going to protect the football? And McCarthy wanted to work, been real solid up front.
On 2nd down, pass is incomplete. Off the hands of Jennings, and Tillman was there, but could not get the deflection. Boy, Chicago needed that.
Well, they've had a couple of opportunities today on some deflections to try to make a play, and they just haven't been able to do it. Now, as we know coming in, when the when the Bears have had less than 2 takeaways in a game, they haven't.
Talked about when he got hired here in 04. Pass is caught by Greg Jennings, and what a good rocket throw from Aaron Rodgers, hitting Jennings as he made his move, good for 14.
Kelvin Hayden outside, 1-on-1. Greg Jennings. He's got so many different guys. Greg Jennings ran.
Blitz. Rodgers got rid of it, and it is incomplete. Aaron Rodgers got plastered, and a penalty flag is thrown.
Yeah, Julius Peppers comes in late.
Passer, number 90 defense. Late hit on the quarterback. 15 yards, first down.
This could be a crushing penalty, and Peppers is hurt after this hit on Aaron Rodgers.
It was a big hit. It really is a question of, was there 2 steps after he released it? And I don't think that there was. I mean, nobody picked up Julius Peppers on the backside. It looked worse than it was necessarily a penalty. I mean, when you come in, the ball's out, hit, he leads with his shoulder, keeps his head up.
Rodgers keeps it, throws it down the sideline. Jennings led too far. Kelvin Hayden with coverage.
This afternoon. Rodgers from the shotgun, throwing outside, and that's complete. Catch is made by Greg Jennings. Quick pass to the near side. Greg Jennings, and Jennings is out of bounds at the 20. They're here at Green Bay. Quick pass to the outside. That's complete to Jennings, and Jennings. Boy, at times, this Green Bay offense is just like a well-oiled machine.
Well, Aaron Rodgers will take advantage of the soft corner play by Tennessee.
Rodgers gonna go deep, got his man and overthrew him. Greg Jennings had his man beaten.
Yeah, he had Alteron Burner beaten. And on 3rd and short, Tennessee playing the run and the double move, the little stutter and go. And a mistake you don't see Aaron Rodgers make very often.
Throw for it, far side of the field, and that is complete to the 18-yard line.
He was down.
He is down before that ball comes out. Greg Jennings. Rodgers. That's incomplete, intended for Jennings. 26 seconds to play.
And, they're really doing everything to try to get Greg Jennings going here late in the season and get him ready for the playoffs. He missed 8 games.
2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Rodgers. On the move, got rid of it, throws incomplete off the fingertips. Quick pass this side, complete, touchdown, Greg Jennings.
Too easy. Too easy. Jason McCourty playing back in the end zone. I don't know why you're defending that far back in the end zone. Aaron Rodgers There is no mercy being shown now. He just is going there immediately. He eyeballed that. And Jason McCourty coming back from the inside. Not much positive to say on that series.
And still throwing. Wide open at the 15-yard line is Jennings. And down to the 12.
Blitz. Packers pick it up, but the ball's tipped at the line. And it's back-to-back 3 and out. Rodgers finds Jennings. And Jennings gets it inside the 40. Troy, the Packers, even without Randall Cobb, who leads the NFL in combined yardage, they like their matchups across the board in this game, and they are excited to see Greg. Throwing to his left, it's Jennings. Makes a move. And he may have it. He does. A first down, and that was all Greg Jennings after the catch. What an effort for a first down.
You watch Jordy Nelson. He's not even expecting the throw. That's a designed play to where he's immediately going to go and be a blocker. Try to get the ball to the outside to Greg Jennings and allow him to then run up the sideline for the first down. I see the Packers do this.
Rodgers. Pass is juggled and dropped by Jennings. Absolutely wide open, and Jennings could not haul it in.
Yeah, they break the coverage, and so Jennings is in the flat just wide open and just fails to make the play. And you don't see that very often from Greg Jennings.
Jennings could have rendered that decision. Rodgers with all day again. Finds Jennings, who this time hangs on for the touchdown. Dropped it on 1st and goal. He catches it on 3rd and goal. And the Packers are within 1 score.
Well, this is just like the previous play when he couldn't find anybody open. But right there, he signals to Greg Jennings to work back into his vision. Jennings was working the baseline away from Rodgers. And as he signals to Jennings at this point, hey, come back towards me, Jennings does, and that's when he finds the hole in the defense.
See the total yards and the difference. Packers do not have a timeout. That hurt him defensively, and now will factor in offensively as Jennings is good for 14. Pass caught. That's Jennings. Makes a move. 2 Vikings ran into each other. Jennings down the sideline. Sets up 1st and goal inside the 10. 45 yards to Greg Jennings. That's his longest of the season.
Well, and you're going to see Jermichael Finley as he comes off the ball and how he settles it down in the zone. And right there, it'd be hard to imagine that he picks up the first down because there's 3 guys there. Chad Greenway and then Jefferson.
2nd and goal. Play action from Rodgers. Wide open for the touchdown. His 2nd of the day, Greg Jennings. And a Boston coverage. No Winfield out there, and Jennings is all smiles. There are a lot of people in this stadium that could have thrown that for a touchdown. The extra point to make it a 3-point game.
There's Greg Jennings in the slot. You'll take a look here and see what exactly happened. The corner chases the slant route and does not stay outside. Its veteran would have made a difference on that play.
319! That was the Packers' longest play from scrimmage all season long. Rodgers buys time and now throws for Jennings. Incomplete. He had him for a moment as Smith got there right at the end.
At the end of this play, you're going to see Harrison Smith and Greg Jennings, who does a great job just keeping himself alive. And Aaron Rodgers trusts that he's going to get to the open spot. But Harrison Smith, he comes there. But Greg Jennings now, we saw the one that he dropped there on the goal line. And this is a ball that goes through his arms as well. Aaron Rodgers makes a great throw.
Field on the sideline with a broken hand.
319!
Here's Jennings. Trying to make a move on Sherrills. He does, and ends up with a first down. Raymond on the stop, but Jennings went right around Marcus Sherrills.
Yeah, well, James Jones, we saw him make the catch for the first down. Now he makes a block on A.J. Jefferson, and the move then by Greg Jennings, and Jefferson's got to get off the block and make a play.
Rodgers floats it. A lot of contact. Jennings incomplete. Sherrills was back there in coverage. 3rd down and 4. Pass is caught. That's Jennings. Good throw. Great catch over the middle by Greg Jennings to reach out, and a completion of 13 yards.
Marcus Sherrills, once again, he's just out there. You know, Greg Jennings runs a good route. He's very difficult